Hello, this is Maria Dakota reporting to you from 𝐿𝐵𝐸 Live. Tonight, we bring you the much-awaited special, featuring 𝐿𝐵𝐸's finest competitor, Cara Marie Delvis.
Two years ago, I left 𝐿𝐵𝐸 as I was afraid for my life and for Jupiter's safety. I was being threatened after not paying some bets that I did not place to a list of people who will be listed after this so that they can be prosecuted once I release this statement. After I left 𝐿𝐵𝐸, I changed my name and all documentation so that I could be not tracked. However, I did leave behind a phone number to some very important people who may need to get in contact with me, and that is why I am back. The name that I have gone under for the past 2 years is Sally Jensen. I began a candle company called Sally's Candles in efforts to fund new life since I had to leave behind my old one. I am publishing this statement on behalf of averydawnside, who brought me back to 𝐿𝐵𝐸 and made me realize that I can't keep running from this, and the only way to raise awareness for what happened to me is to release it to the public. I would like to take this moment to thank everyone who has expressed concern and love for me as I've been labeled missing for the past 2 years. I know that this has been difficult on so many people, but I would just like to say that I'm back and ready to face this, and I'm here in 𝐿𝐵𝐸 for the long haul.
It's been 1 year since Cara's anticipated return to 𝐿𝐵𝐸, after the tragic unveiling of a runaway story. Following the coverage of one of 𝐿𝐵𝐸's YouTube creators, averydawnside, we have been waiting on the edge of our seats to catch up with these two, to know the ins and outs of what this year of recovery has been like for the team. Join us now as Cara begins the night with a few words from her journey.
Hello everyone, thank you for having me here tonight. It's been quite the year not only for myself but for Avery as well, so I'm glad that she will get her much due time to shine later this evening. As for myself, I'm not so sure about any juicy secrets. I mean, after the last year, anything compared to that is going to be smooth sailing. But I'm not complaining. Tonight, my goal is to shed light on the positives this year has brought to us and truly highlight the journey that I have grown from. It's been a crazy one, but I know many of you have questions, comments, and even some concerns about where I've been the past year, and I'm very happy to have this opportunity to come on here and share them with you all.
That's wonderful to hear. As for your writing career, how have things been since your sudden return?
Yeah, of course. I'll be honest, getting back into it was quite the time. The year away from 𝐿𝐵𝐸 was the longest that I've spent away from horses since the day that I learned how to walk. Not to mention, to ride Jupiter you need quite the seat, so it was really nice to have Avery there in a way to hold my hand as well as help me out in getting him back in his own training. Not to mention all the wonderful school horses she had to help me outside of Jupiter. They really brought back my seat as a rider and gained my confidence. However, once we got into the swing of things again, it's been nothing but growth together. Taking a step away from the competitive show world was truly what we needed as a pair, and it's a decision that I will never regret deciding on.
Astounding! You truly do make quite the team. We were lucky enough to steal these two for a few clips before you head out on your next adventure. Now, with the creator who started it all, averydawnside. Avery, how are you? How has this year been for you in terms of Cara's return?
Hi, it's been good. Definitely had its crazy moments, mostly ups instead of downs, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Cara and Jupiter squeezing into my life came in an unexpected way, but it truly helped shape me into the person that I am today. I have accomplished so much with the help of these two, and it's an experience that I'm forever grateful for. Don't get me wrong though, I did feel like a detective for a little bit.
I see. Well, it was quite the deed to take these two in on such short notice. Looking back on the past, would you do it again? How has it influenced you both as a creator and as an equestrian?
Oh goodness, call me crazy, but absolutely would I do it again. I'm not ready to hang up my detective hat just yet, but on a more serious note, I really would do it again in a heartbeat. Not only has Kara's story taught me what it really means to sacrifice everything you are for the horses that you own, and this has been crucial in my development as a recent barn owner, but away from that, I was given the amazing opportunity to compete on Jupiter at the H&M Grand Prix, where we left with the championship title. On top of that, though, stating the obvious, but coverage on her story helped me grow as a creator in my semi-reporting skills, and just to raise awareness / shed a new light on the different occurrences that happen in 𝐿𝐴, still horse-related, of course. Kara's story, although an untraditional one, told the audience everything they needed to know about her as a person, and about myself as a creator.
Definitely. Well, it was lovely to hear your perspective on things, Avery, and we wish you the best on your future endeavors.
Thank you for having me. I still can't believe that it's been an entire year, but this was an awesome opportunity to be able to talk about it for one final time.
That's all for tonight. Thank you for tuning into Jorvik Live. We look forward to sharing with you again. Thank you and good night.
There's something about the way you draw me close. There's something about this love that keeps me warm.
Hi, yeah, come in.
Brighten up.
Hi, I just came to let you know that I've finished packing the rest of my stuff and I'm about to head out. Oh. Are you sure, Kara, you really don't have to go? I know what you were saying about overstaying your welcome, but I promise that's not the case. Avery, as much as I completely adore being here, it's time for me to go. Jupiter and I are so used to being on the circuit anyways, and it's not fair for me to take up a stall for a boarder or someone else here. We need to travel and you need the space, so it's time for us to go. I appreciate your kindness more than anything, and it has meant the world to me in the past year, but it's time for us to head out. I know. I just can't imagine what my world would look like if we hadn't met. Can I say goodbye to Jupiter before you go? Of course. He will always be just as much of your horse as he is mine.
And you brighten up even the gloomy days, and we'll light a fire and
Thanks for taking me to the moon, Jupiter. I'll miss you.
there's something about you, something about you. Never lose, I will never lose. Something about you. Choose you, I will always choose. It's
You know what they say about shooting stars? Time stops when you see them, but then they're gone in a flash. In the split second you catch their gaze, those are your dreams happening right before your eyes. Saving Jupiter made that happen. And although it's the end of an era for my channel, 365 days will be enough to last a lifetime. Thank you for following Jupiter's journey, and cheers to our next adventures.
By the way you